Welcome, my dear students. It's my pleasure to teach you today. Our lesson is for grade 11 students. It's Module 3, Unit 7, Vocabulary and Setbook. Please be prepared. I will be back with you in a few seconds. Hello, students. I hope you have been prepared now. So, let's begin our lesson today. As you know, our lesson is going to be vocabulary and setbook today. Our first word is, let's look at the picture together. Broadcast. Broadcast is a noun and can be used as a verb. A radio or television program or transmission. For example, I am watching CNN's live broadcast of the news. Over here, you can see that broadcast is used as a noun. Now, let's have a look if it's used as a verb. Many radio stations broadcast news. Let's repeat the word together. Broadcast. Broadcast. Now let's go with our next word, which is dedication. Let's repeat. Dedication. Dedication is a noun. Another word for dedication is loyalty. Let's look at the definition together. Committed to a task or purpose. For example, I admire her or his dedication to his job. We can use another word for dedication, which is loyalty. Our next word is electronic device. Electronic device is a noun. We can see there are phones, cameras, iPad, laptops. Let's look at the definition together. It's a tool operated with the aid of many small components. For example, a mobile phone is an important electronic device. Let's repeat the word again. Electronic device. Electronic device. Next, film industry. Film industry is a noun, which means motion picture business. For example, Hollywood is the film industry of the United States. What do you see over here? Radio. Our word here is transistor. Transistor is a noun, which is a portable radio using circuits containing transistors rather than vacuum tubes. For example, my grandfather used to take his small transistor with him wherever he went. So you know that transistor is a radio, right? Okay, let's go with our next word. Victory. What do you see over here? Someone is winning, right? Victory means an act of defeating an enemy in a battle, game, or competition. The opposite, the antonym of victory is defeat. Great victory requires great work. Okay, we'll repeat victory together. Victory. Victory. Our next word is, what do you think this is? It's a video or tape recorder, right? It's a video recorder. It's a noun. Let's repeat the word together. video recorder. Video recorder. What does it do? Or what is it? It's a device that when linked to a television set can be used for recording on and playing videotapes. For example, I used the video recorder to record my favorite film. As you know, we usually put a tape to watch something if we want, or we can sometimes record something, right? Which is exactly the same as the picture below. Our next word is, oh, what do you see here? Someone is what? Being what? Disappointing. What is disappointing? Failing to fulfill someone's hopes or expectations. In other words, is unacceptable. For example, the team made a disappointing start. Now, it's time to do some activities. In vocabulary, as you know, we have 4 different types of questions. The first one is, from A, B, C, and D, choose the correct answer. We have a second type, which is fill in the spaces with words from the list. Third type, choose the right definition from or for the underlined word or phrase. Fourth type, use the following words in meaningful sentences. The last 2, we usually have them in quizzes, but the first 2, you will find them in the 3rd period exam and the 4th period exam, not in the quizzes. Our first type of question. From A, B, C, and D, choose the correct answer. Let's go through with the first sentence. The local were angry at the lack of parking spaces. Let's look at the words below. We have residents, sets, deterrents, and victories. Which one do you think best suits the sentence? Look at them. So, it is residents. Correct. The local residents were angry at the lack of parking spaces. Let's go to the next sentence. The response to our advertisement has been... What do you think? Let's go through the words below. We have remote, prominent, disappointing, and digital. Remote, it means far away. Prominent, which is famous. Disappointing, and digital. Which one do you think? Excellent. Disappointing. The response to our advertisement has been disappointing. Now, let's go to the third question. I mean the sentence. The journalist refused to his sources. The journalist refused to glorify, reveal, evolve, or dispatch. Which one? Well done. It's reveal. The journalist refused to make known to others, reveal his sources. Do you understand? I hope you do. Now, our second type of question. It is fill in the spaces. We have words. In this type of question, the words which are given, all are different in the part of speech. We have adverb, noun or adjectives, and verbs. Let's go through the words. We have adversely, which is an adverb, remote, an adjective, set, which is a noun, and consume, which is a verb. You can watch the match. on your portable television. Our second sentence, a lot of companies have been affected by the recession. Third sentence, they live in a corner of Scotland, miles from the nearest shop. What do you think? Look at the words. Adversely means harmfully. Remote, which is far away. Set, which means television or radios. Consume is to use up. You can watch the match on your portable television. What? Which one do you think? The television set. Well done. Our second sentence, a lot of companies have been adversely affected by the recession. Number 3, they live in a remote corner of Scotland, miles from the nearest shop. Now, let's move on to our third type of question, which is choose the right definition for the underlined word or phrase. Let's look at the sentence. She was adversely affected by the new regulations. We have definitions below. Cooperatively, harmfully, for the most part, mainly, and sometimes from time to time. Read the sentence carefully. She was adversely affected by the new regulations. Which one do you think? Harmfully. The correct answer is harmfully. The second sentence, she watched the morning news broadcast. She watched the morning news broadcast. What do you think broadcast? Motion picture business, power or ability, portable radio, or a radio or television program or transmission. We have mentioned it before. Which one? What is the correct definition? A radio or television program or transmission. Excellent for those who have tried. Well done. Our third sentence. Bollywood is the film industry of India. Which one do you think? Motion picture business? Relating to the separation of components of a mixture, so crowded with traffic, or power or ability. Which definition is for film industry? Motion picture business. Now, this is our fourth type of question. We have words, and I want you to use them in meaningful sentences. Entertainment, digital, and glorify. Entertainment, it's a noun. And when you write a sentence, you have to use the same part of speech. For example, reading is a source of entertainment. What about digital? I bought a new digital camera. You always have to use these words with their part of speech. Glorify. It's a verb. The media can glorify certain issues. As I told you, that the third and the fourth type that we have just done is only in the quizzes. You will not find them in the third or fourth period exams. We'll move on to set book questions. We have finished our vocabulary words, and we'll start with our first question. which is radio broadcasting in the past was different from nowadays. Explain. In set book questions, we have a question. When you want to answer it, make sure to write in a full sentence. Do not write them in points. Write it in a full sentence. Radio broadcasting in the past was different from nowadays. Think about it. In the past, it was different, and nowadays, it changed, right? In the past, messages could only be dispatched, which means to send off, to short distances along telegraph wires. On the other hand, nowadays, radio signals could be transmitted to anywhere in the world in less than a second. Did you see how I wrote it? You have to write your answer in this way. Do not write in points. Our second question, which is, mention some of the advantages and disadvantages of media. Read the sentence once or twice. Read it carefully and see what they want from you. Over here, they're asking you to write, mention the advantages and disadvantages. So do not write only one part. You have to mention both the advantages and disadvantages of media. Let's have a look. What are the advantages? Media provides people with information on the latest events. It brings into the open the innumerable achievements that are going on in the country. Advantages, in other words, means the good points. Okay? The disadvantages, in other words, the negative points about the media. It can encourage negative or destructive thinking patterns in the society. It has the power to form and alter opinions. Another disadvantage is that media can make a detrimental message packaged in a positive way. It can force people to think and act in ways opposed their true beliefs. For example, if you have a certain belief, after you watch something, or in the TV, you can when you watch it, sometimes people change their mind and thinking. So this is a disadvantage. Our third question. What is Kuwait's official media policy based on? It is based on mutual cooperation. Besides, it is based on the respect for the affairs of other countries. Question number 4. A digital camera. You all have a digital cameras, right? It can be used for many purposes other than simply taking photos. Give examples. What do you use a digital camera for? Videos, right? Sometimes you can take videos. Question number 5. Mention the occasions, the festivals, or would you use the digital camera for? What would you use it for? In a full sentence, you would simply say, I would use the digital camera in parties and for traveling. When you travel abroad, you use it, correct? Literature time, which is David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. We also have questions for your literature time. First question. Family has an important role in one's life. Explain. Read the sentence, read the question carefully. It's telling you here that family has an important role in one's life. Explain it. Family ensures happiness for its members, as well as peace and security. Family unity improves one's personality and satisfies one's basic needs. Let's go on with our second question. Children mistreatment is a thorny issue in most countries and is considered a crime. How can this influence the child's character? Think about it. Children mistreatment is a thorny issue in most countries and is considered a crime. How can this influence the child's character? Our answer is mistreatment can lead to violence in society and children can turn into criminals. So if you mistreat children, they turn to become what? Violence. Students, revise what we have done today, and I hope to see you in another time. Have a nice day.